Welcome back. Here we are again. We're gonna start messing around with some rust remover. We're gonna try a couple different things. We're gonna start with rustoleum. If it doesn't work, we're gonna try the white vinegar and kind of go from there. Take it apart. All of the rear end, we have, right side and left side of all the bolts for the subframe, all the brakes, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of these are very, very rusty. Gonna try and see if we can remove some of this rust. And then from last video, after taking apart everything, this is kind of what we're left with. Debating if we should just take these parts down and get them powder coated so everything is very nice, or if this rust treatment goes very well, maybe we'll just try treating this and spraying these items ourselves. Not too sure on the subframe with the rust. If any of these pockets we should weld up and kind of beef it up, or just kind of leave as is. I know it's probably a little, so it can flex a little bit maybe, but do you really want it flexing? No idea. So we'll do a little bit of research on that. We're going to use some of the wife's containers, food containers. Hopefully she doesn't get too mad, and hopefully these work. After that, we're going to place them kind of on just the tray and the parts washer. Let them soak. We're going to try a couple hours today, pull one or two out, see how it goes, and then if we have to let them soak for a couple days to get the desired results, we'll do that. So I'll let you know how it goes. So using the rustoleum rust dissolver, immediately pouring in, you can see it just activating. So it's definitely doing something, which we know it would. Everybody's read the reviews, do all those kind of stuff. So immediately pour in. Instantly you start seeing some stuff. So if you can see, it's definitely doing something. Just poured in that. As you can tell, with the bubbles, everything going on, we definitely have a chemical reaction going on to remove whatever's on there. We'll see how much of it removes the coating from the galvanized bolts and see if we have to coat them. But pretty cool stuff. All right, so it's been 24 hours, give or take a little bit. Let's try to open it up, pull some of them out and see how well it does. If it didn't do too well, I picked up some vinegar, some just white vinegar, and we'll try a little test trial on that and see if it does a little bit better. All right, so since that worked very well, I think getting rid of the extra stuff, I am actually going to try to do the spindles as well and see how well those come out instead of sanding them. So we're going to let these now soak for 24 hours. I'm going to try to get both of them in here with enough fluid inside. We'll see if there's enough to actually fill that up with all of this, and the rest of it might as well use it since we have it. So we'll actually see how well these come out as well. Go with whatever goes with that. Again, if it doesn't work very well, I've got some white vinegar and we'll see if it does any better. All right, here's everything kind of cleaned up. Even after only about 20 minutes or so, you can start to see like surface rust on quite a bit of this. So I don't know if the product saying, prevents rust for 12 months kind of thing. I don't know about that. But cleaned up all the rust. the heavy rust that was on everything. So now just kind of hitting it with a wire brush. We'll probably have to coat the stuff so it doesn't rust. But still pretty impressed with the product. I bet you the white vinegar that costs not as much does the same job. Because she really likes doing that. Alright. Looks really good to me. Looks pretty good. Kind of just has all the grossness. But you can see me just wiping certain areas went all the way down to the metal. The other areas still have that little red hue to it from the paint that was on it. We'll hit these with a wire brush. Should turn out pretty nice.